You do not need to be a cash home buyer to compete like one. You just need to use these 3 smart strategies so your offer has a certainty, speed, and flexibility to compete in a hot market like San Diego. Strategy number 1, full upfront underwriting. This is one of the best ways you can make your offer look just as good as that suitcase of cash the other guy is throwing around. Most buyers stop at basic pre-approval. That's when the lender says, we've checked your credit and your pay history, so this is going to be your budget, but we're going to need to take you the rest of the way through underwriting while we're in escrow before you have your clear to close. That's not enough if you're going up against cash. What you want is full upfront underwriting. That means the lender has done all the underwriting they can without knowing the property. So you are much closer to the goal line than somebody who's only been through the early stages. Here's why this matters. First, cash-like confidence for the seller. When I submit your offer, I'm not saying they should qualify. I'm saying they're already fully pre-approved by underwriting. We just need to confirm the property and yours fits the bill. Second, faster closing. Because they've already done the heavy lifting, we can offer cash-like closing periods like 10 or 14 days, which is right in cash territory. For a seller who wants to move quickly, that's huge. Third, less risk of the deal falling apart. A lot of sellers know that these days the trickiest part of the buying process is making sure that loan comes through. With full underwriting done, that risk drops way down. I can tell confidently the listing agent financing is not a question. We're good to go as long as the appraisal and the title come through. So step 1, well before you fall in love with the house, is to sit down with a strong local lender and get fully underwritten. If we work together, I'll connect you with lenders who do this every day. Strategy number 2, the appraisal gap guarantee or waiver. This removes one of the seller's biggest fears. Here's a situation that makes sellers nervous with finance buyers. The bank doesn't loan on what you've offered. They lend on the appraised value. So if the appraisal comes in low, the seller now has to worry about closing that gap or losing the buyer altogether. Without a plan, that can blow up the deal. This is where an appraisal, waiver, or gap guarantee comes in. Here's how it works in plain English. You and I look at the numbers, the property's market value, and your cash reserves. In the offer, we say something like, if the appraisal comes in low, the buyer will pay up to X dollars out of pocket to cover the gap. You're not saying you'll blindly cover any number. You're giving the seller a clear limit so they know 2 things. Number 1, you have the extra cash ready and you're a strong buyer. Number 2, you will not walk away over a small or moderate appraisal shortfall. This does a couple of powerful things. First, it reduces the seller's risk. They're less worried about getting dragged back to the market or the negotiation table if the appraisal is off. Second, it shows you're serious and prepared. When we pair that gap guarantee with proof of funds and full underwriting, your financed offer is suddenly looking a lot more like cash. And here is an important note. We only use an appraisal, waiver, or gap guarantee at a level you're totally comfortable with. Not only that, I'm going to be carefully going through recent comparable sales, so we're not guessing. We will have a strong idea of where that appraisal is likely going to come in and how it compares to your offer amount. My job is to walk you through the numbers so you're protected and confident. Here's strategy number 3, competing with cash offers. Seller-centric flexibility. This is all about making your offer the easiest yes because it speaks directly to the seller's needs beyond cash. Here's a secret on the listing side. Not every seller picks the highest price. A lot of them pick the easiest offer, the one that feels smooth and low stress and gives them what they need beyond just money. You can be a big winner here with what I call soft terms that favor the seller and are based on their specific needs. Let's talk examples. First, rent back options. If the seller is living in the home, we can offer them a rent back after closing for 30 to 60 days, whatever makes sense. That means you close on the home, you become the owner, and the seller stays for a short period of time, paying rent or maybe rent-free depending on the deal. For a seller who needs time or the proceeds from the sale to finalize their next steps, that can be very convenient and can be worth more than a few extra $1,000 on the offer price. Second, the seller's choice of dates. In the offer, we can write closing possession dates to be the seller's choice within this range, or we can base it on exactly what we've been told in pre-negotiation. That is music to the seller's ears. It tells them we are here to work around your timeline and not force you into ours. Third, strategically tightening contingencies. We do not have to throw all your protections out the window, but we can shorten inspection timeframes, clean up minor contingencies, and present a clean and simple offer that feels safe to the seller. We can also put a human and motivated face on the offer. While not always allowed to provide buyer love letters. The sellers don't always accept them. We can let them know how excited you are and how well this home fits your needs. Plus, I always include a letter of my own to the seller and to their agent, letting them know why they should choose your offer over all the rest. These steps can create an emotional tie that a cash buyer may be neglecting, counting on their money to do the talking. That can make your offer the best of both worlds, the personal connection paired with the efficiency and low drama of a cash deal. All right, let's bring it all together. If you're buying with financing and you want to beat cash offers, your game plan looks like this. Number 1, full upfront underwriting. Turn your pre-approval into something that feels rock solid to the seller. 2, an appraisal, waiver, or gap guarantee to show you're ready to handle a realistic appraisal shortfall without killing the deal. Number 3, seller-centric flexibility. Win on convenience and timing and low stress, not just price. Do that well, and you'll be surprised at how often your financed offer gets picked over cash. If you're thinking about buying in San Diego, I'd love to help you out. Let's build the strategy that works for you. I can connect you to lenders who can fully underwrite you up front, map out how much appraisal gap coverage makes sense for you, and craft offer terms that are laser focused on what each specific seller cares about. Send me a message, give me a call, and we'll get you set up so that when the right home hits the market, you're ready to compete like a cash buyer. Like and follow for more tips on how to win deals in San Diego real estate.